That doesn't count. You can't just like change the direction of the episode and be like, free for all, when there's only two of us.
But yeah, I named it appropriately, no matter what. I know it's going to be that.
Yeah, that's true. Whichever three of you actually watched this one, just bow out now. It's not going to be good.
We had a plan. We did actually have a loose plan, and then life struck many of our people.
Everyone quit. We have no one we can rely on. Everyone
we might have someone heroically showing up to help balance it out, but it's going to be.
And he's not going to know what we're talking about because you changed the episode plot.
Well, we don't have a topic, therefore there's going to be very little to catch him up on.
Good. All right. Your plan. Lead the way.
Okay. Do you ever find a book with a harvest festival?
No, I still haven't. But I also haven't really looked since I asked you guys.
Oh.
Because I procrastinate very heavily. And
that's a terrible topic.
Anything. I mean, who knows? If anybody out there, again, the three of you that watch this particular version of the podcast, know any books with a fantasy or supernatural twist that happen to take place around Thanksgiving? Because Christmas and Halloween are easy. But I need something in the Thanksgiving-y, fall festival, equinox, that general theme.
Yeah. So that the closest thing I could find to have anything to do with it was the idea of a harvest festival, but that often goes into Halloween anyway. So it's right.
I'm basically just going to end up finding a random book with like a murder mystery that happens to take place during a Halloween dinner, and I'm going to have to settle for that. Which wouldn't be the worst thing, but still not ideal.
If you haven't read Magic's Pawn, it was a good book that I loved very much when I was like a tween.
I was going to say, is it a tween book?
It isn't, sort of, but my mom just gave it to me when I was that young. I was very into the LGBT stuff for, that age. She wanted me to be exposed. So I read it when I was like 11 or 12.
She wanted to turn the frogs gay. And you, by association.
I wonder if she thinks about that now.
What, how it turned out that you weren't?
No, I'm bisexual, and I've told her. So I don't wonder if she ever cares about that.
I was going to say, you didn't go all the way, so it doesn't count.
It's really kind of funny. I don't know. Sometimes I think like polyamory would be really fun, or like having a third, but that's really complicated anyway. But if I ever did, if my parents ever gave me shit about it, I would just tell her to shut up, because she raised me on stories that was in her own head of basically that. It's like, you can't teach me that, and that it's okay and happy and healthy, and then be upset that I do it.
I mean, if parents can't be hypocrites, who can?
I'm just going to yell at her all the time.
Hey, fine. But if you turn into Butters, I'm disassociating from you.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that. I'm already taller than him. Probably way more.
Okay. I mean, that's not saying much. The dude's...
Exactly.
But, we're not getting into this. I'm not doing it. I refuse. I refuse to have my time spoiled. It was a good book. I enjoyed it. Certain people that needed to go went. I'm good. I'm good.
We will have words next week. Yes, the difficulty of this podcast is always to avoid the Dresden stuff. And now that we have exciting new spoilers, things to talk about,
and no topic. Thank you.
Shut it. Justin didn't make it. This was his topic, sort of.
Partially. If only we had known weeks ago that this would happen.
He seemed to think that he was going to make it. Part of the blame is on him.
All of the blame is on him. This is entirely on him. And he's listening to this right now. I know he is, while he's packing boxes.
That would make me happy.
So, Justin, it's all your fault.
Yeah. And that's the awkward silence.
I told you it was going to happen. This is what happens when there's no topic.
I was wondering.
What were you wondering?
I was wondering if at various points, because we have had topics recently and it's been working, if we ever did just like a semi-regular, no topic, what happens, rambling thing, but I was intending it for being like 3 or 4 people and not 2.
Well, I was going to say, it's going to do what it always does. It devolves into either Star Wars or Dresden, and then we go, no, this is not what we're supposed to be doing, and then because we usually have a Southerner's perspective and a dirty communist perspective, and every once in a while we got a soft West Coast perspective, but not now.
Yeah, it's down to just us.
I mean, it's spooky season. I guess we could talk about like horror stuff.
I don't know much about horror stuff. I just like spooky.
I know you said that, but now I don't care because you killed the topic. So now,
okay, let's go with it. I fucking love it.
No, you just saying that because then you don't have to talk as much. That doesn't count. You should turn the lights off and show them that it glows in the dark.
The lights are off. That's ambient sunlight from a closed window.
Well, okay, turn the sun off.
Okay.
Do you not have that power?
No.
Where you live?
No. One of these days, maybe I'll record it inside a blanket for it, so it'll actually be dark and you won't be able to see shit except for my glowing shirt.
That would be exceedingly professional.
Okay, I'll do it. Next time. I'll do that next time.
No, do it in 3 weeks when we're supposed to be on our game.
Shush. I'll probably still wear the shirt.
Hey, teasers count. Again, there's 2 or 3 people watching this. No one's going to notice. Everyone's going to be like, what are they talking about? I don't know. I turned them. I just put them on because I was having a stroke.
You smell toast.
Perpetually,
go eat it.
But that's because I like making toast.
Yeah, toast is nice. I love bread.
Oh, I saw that meme once where it was like, what absolute genius looked at bread and said, let's cook it again.
I've never seen that meme, but I love it. And I like the idea of basically you can make beer from bread and bread from beer.
It's a very versatile substance, that whole grain.
And I would love to have like a good meal has a lot of beer and a lot of bread and like a hunk of smoked meat or something. Like German food is amazing. And I was supposed to go to Oktoberfest this year.
Everyone was supposed to do a lot of things this year.
Well, this was the first year I was really going to be able to do shit. Like I had a car that wasn't going to explode on the way. I had enough income to be able to blow a little bit of it and feel okay about it.
That was your first mistake, thinking you could actually do shit. You brought this upon us, upon our land and upon our persons.
I just wanted to go to the Renaissance Fair and have beer. I've never
Well, you can't. Holy shit, 10 people are watching this? Wow, next time you have to do something.
I love the person who said that this is the best episode ever.
They're lying to themselves.
Probably.
Or they're lying to us. I don't know.
Probably.
No, you know what it is? They thought this was going to be a Dresden one because they couldn't count.
Yeah, I did forget to put that it's the while we're not recording bit in the episode, but I am able to fix that.
You lied. You lied to them.
I did accurately name it as Awkward Rambling.
Sorry, people. You might as well drop off now. We're not talking about the book.
You said that in the opening minute.
But we're really not talking about it. Like, we'll go into little mini things, but just because we can't help ourselves. Yes. But we have to wait for the other people because otherwise they'll get very sad and whiny. And, oh, you talked about the book without us, even though they dropped out on us. And that's how these things work. We plan them because we're professionals. And so it's every 2 weeks is Dresden, and every other week is our vanity podcast.
It's a good name for it. Why wasn't that suggested?
It probably was.
Was it? I don't know. You were the one coming up with all the topics, and I don't remember that one. I have them written down somewhere. Sometimes I think about like trying to rename it to something of like the tangentials, because we're always constantly doing tangents. But then when we're not actually recording anything, we have the same conversation, so it's still accurately named. Don't you dare leave me alone. I can't do a podcast alone. Oh, good God. I'm so sorry, people. And no, I haven't seen the presidential debate either. I heard it was annoying for everyone involved. He was probably right. This is probably going to be the shittiest episode ever. But we do have some exciting news for the Dresden stuff next week. I swear. It will be there. Just not this week. What other current events are there? Everything else is boring. The only things that are fun are inside our own heads.
I live.
Ugh.
How awkward was that? Just
extremely. Don't do that again, please.
No promises. I knew it was going to happen at some point too.
Oh,
I was
no.
like, there's going to be 1 minute where it's for like a second I'm going to have to pop off. And it's going to be really shitty for you. But I don't care because you killed the episode topic.
It wasn't a good one. Just, I mean, not with only 2 people. 3 is really good, at least for direction, conversation flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what were you talking about last time? To yourself?
That I'm terrible at this, and I haven't seen the presidential debate, and I heard it was terrible.
Oh.
Did you see it?
No, I avoid that shit like the plague because I know what it's going to be.
Yeah. I was busy reading the book instead of watching a terrible presidential debate.
I got it that day, and I was like, well, I've already read 3 chapters, so I don't have to read it immediately. I like to savor. I don't like to devour the book in a 12-hour period like you people. We're again going to have a gap, and it's like...
Of course we're going to have a gap, but part of what I'm trying to do during the times when things release is actually talk to other people on social media about it, and minor things were actually spoiled for me because I was trying to do that. So I was trying to read through it as fast as I can so that I could still enjoy it alone with other... and then
do what I
laugh
did,
at other
mute
people.
Everything for a week.
Yes, but you don't manage our social media.
That doesn't count. Just give it to Colin for a couple days.
He hasn't even read Peace Talks last I knew.
Right. Well, that's his problem. He's at that point, he's just asking for it.
You
know what? Give it to Ben because, he's dead.
So basically just don't have it done.
Right. That's roughly what I'm going with.
It was a lot of fun just posting GIFs on Twitter and my reactions of things, though. I had a lot of fun with that. That was my way of processing or savoring the book of this happened and this is my reaction to it. With no words, no context, nothing. It's just, yeah. GIFs have made my life much better. The ability to communicate via only GIFs makes me really happy.
Yeah. Person that's terrible at small talk would say that.
Mm-hmm.
The internet has made you soft.
I don't know if it's the internet's fault.
Of course it's the internet's fault.
I think that is taking too much of the blame away from me.
Oh, yeah. Well, granted, humanity in general is mostly at fault. But the internet allows for it. Therefore, it is majorly at fault as well. It is the tool, but since it's used by tools, this is where we are.
It is a tool.
Let's talk about sports. You don't know shit about that.
Oh, God, I don't know anything.
Let's talk about the NFL. Now Denver Broncos suck because you live there.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got. Because there's really nothing else to talk about when it comes to the Broncos.
I don't know anything about them. I know nothing.
Oh. This is going well.
Someone suggests, what is your earliest memory? I have no fucking clue.
I don't know. A couple weeks ago.
You remember being annoyed at the internet far earlier than a couple weeks ago. What was your first memory you remember being mad at someone on the internet?
At certain points, it all just becomes one big haze of anger and fury. So it's hard to say. It was probably a little more personal because it would have been back in the AIM days when you were talking to someone
that you actually knew.
Yeah. Or even someone that it was, you get on and you're like, okay, do I message this person? Then they go away when you immediately come on. So you feel like that was personal, but it wasn't really personal because it was just them fucking logging off.
Mm-hmm. AIM was a little bit before my time of getting onto the internet.
Well, it's because you're a baby.
I'm heading towards my late 20s and get less.
Oh my God, late 20s.
Yeah, officially, I'd say that.
I remember those days.
How long ago was that for you?
Well, it depends on what we define as late 20s, because if it counts for 29, then it's been 2 years.
Right.
That's what happens when you cross the 30 threshold.
Oh, you stop caring?
Well, there's nothing but death to look forward to. So
I mean, like so most of the excitement after 21 is just like, I don't care anymore. There was a little bit of an interest at like 25 because that meant my car insurance rates went down. Beyond that, I stopped caring.
well, there's nothing to look forward to because everything is. I mean, the only other milestone you reach as far as being able to do something that's age restricted is 25 when you can rent a car, and I think 65 when you can do Medicare. So
right. Well,
great. That's 40 years in between of nothing.
I rented a car at 23, but they charged me extra because I wasn't 25, and it made me mad.
No, it's because you live in Hippieville and they don't care about the rules.
It was in Pueblo. It was not Hippieville. It was just like, I think that's how.
Arizona?
No, I just needed it for like a couple hours, and they charged me like an extra $30 just because I wasn't 25. And it was irritating because I wanted to be able to stop caring about my age.
Well, you're a female. You will never be able to stop caring about your age.
How sexist of you.
It's society, not me.
I've got a few more years of being able to fake it.
That's true.
Yeah. How long have you had a mustache?
This is why I don't read the questions.
Well, we don't have anything else I have to look at, so I was like, I might as well today.
Great. I refuse to answer that question on the basis that I don't want to. Since the womb, I imagine.
Even if you couldn't grow it, it was just there in spirit. It's just like, yeah.
No, it was around high school. Probably senior year when I really stopped and let it grow to whatever it was. But it doesn't grow much more than this. But I've had it for so long that I'm just like, I'm not getting rid of it.
Yeah. It's weird.
One day I'll grow a full beard and maybe it'll connect. Maybe.
You don't know if it'll connect much at all?
I mean, I imagine it will, but the time it'll take, it'll just be like annoying. And then if I ever want to shave it all off, it'd be like doubly annoying. So usually it's just I'm lazy and I don't shave for a week. And then like today, I do.
Oh, you actually put effort in your appearance for the podcast?
Technically, it was yesterday. So no.
Okay.
I put effort into my appearance yesterday. Today.
Okay.
Today's not even the real podcast day. What do I care?
Right. Okay. It is a little dumb, but I put eyeliner on every time for a podcast because I end up looking at my own face and I can't see my eyes unless I put eyeliner on. So I just do.
See, that's also sexist.
Is it?
I don't know, but it felt good to say.
Okay. I'm sure we could get worse.
Did they ask how long you've had your mustache?
No. They are kind.
I'll ask then, because I am not.
Too long.
That's all right. My grandmother had a mustache. After a while, she just didn't bother shaving it because she was 70, 75, 80.
I'm sure.
Like, why do I care?
Yeah, I'm sure menopause will not be kind.
Oh, that's right. You get that too.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that part. I could probably fake my age up until the point of menopause and then everything goes to shit again. Puberty wasn't fun. I don't want to go through that again.
Does that count, really? I don't think it's puberty. I think it's like anti-puberty.
It is, but like I don't even know much of what's supposed to happen, but like...
You should probably read a book.
Probably. I've got a few years. I really don't want to think about it too much. No,
it comes up sooner than you think. One day it's your late 20s. Next thing you know, I'm barren.
Hey, I'm still younger than Justin when his firstborn was.
When his menopause started.
When his eldest was born, I think he was 29, 30, something.
Yeah, you don't want to start measuring yourself against Justin's kids because that's just going to make you feel even older. I'm telling you, I'm warning you now. When you start measuring yourself against your friends' kids, and you turn around and you look and they're like 10, it's like, what the fuck? I just held you last week. What are you talking about?
No, it's creepy. So I have a half sister. I'm 15 years older than her. And it surprises me how old and how tall she is more than it does for Justin's kids, because I happen to get a little bit more exposure to them on a regular basis. It felt really creepy.
All I heard just then was you should just spend more time with your family.
I probably should, but I don't.
You're a bad sister. I hope you're watching Alex's sister.
I don't even know if my family knows that I do podcasts.
Do you know her name?
Mm-hmm. I do that. Yeah.
Because that's what I thought you were going to say for a second. I was like, I don't even know her name.
Oh, no.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah. But my dad is deaf, and his wife is deaf. My sister is not, but like they can't. Woohoo! Colin is here to save the day. It's like, but why would my family
Save
pay
is
attention
a
to
strong
podcasts?
word. Colin, how long have you had your mustache?
Like 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, Alex has had hers since she was 12. I've had mine since I was about 18.
We have no topic. We just,
Yeah, whose fault is that?
We're just rambling.
yes, I have named it awkward rambling. We're good. We're safe, sort of.
No matter how shitty we are, we still fit the topic, so we're
Exactly.
Well, for about, I had to drop off for about 30 seconds, so she was literally talking to herself. And
It was terrible.
and I was kind of hoping you wouldn't show up because I was just going to do it again randomly.
Oh no, I knew you would.
But you're here now, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Hi, what's new with you, Colin? Save the day.
See, he's got nothing.
What is the last stupid thing that your dog did?
my dog is getting dumber by the day.
Oh, good.
She now likes to get startled by her rear leg and then bite it and hop around in a circle. I might have video evidence of this.
It seems logical to me. I mean, what's the point of having 4 legs if you can't do shit like that?
My poor dog.
And then I assume she has a tail, right? So she could be startled by her own tail. So good. That's another limb to be startled by.
That's it.
How does Google Photos work?
Who knows?
It doesn't. That's all this episode is. We're going to stream videos of Colin's dog doing funky shit.
Is that the right one? Oh, wait, I see it.
This is great content. So the sad thing is like I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, you're the only one. How do I function in this world with 3 legs? Well,
she's adorable.
She is not very bright.
big dogs rarely are.
Does she have Great Dane in her?
Yes.
Oh, good. That's probably why.
She's got an 8th grade Dane, supposedly.
It was like, I want a dog that I could ride if I really felt like it.
Mm.
She's not very big, though. Probably about 50 pounds.
Mm. One day I'll have
Very
a Great
friendly,
Dane.
though. On a farm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Is it going to be a menopause dog, a post-menopause dog, a pre-menopause dog?
Who knows? I'd like
This
to
is
have
what happens
dogs
when you
at all.
don't pick a topic and then you bring up menopause. Like a weirdo.
Why did she bring up menopause?
Because she
remember?
can't help herself.
Oh, yeah.
Go back and watch 10 minutes ago and tell me why she brought it up.
I'm never watching this podcast ever.
Yeah, this one's going unlisted. All the
don't
people
tell me
here who are
I mean,
live
I
now
don't
are the
listen to
only
our
ones going to watch
podcast
it.
anyway, but this is
Yes, you do. You're a narcissist. Who you kidding?
no. The only time in recent memory I have listened to our own podcast was the last time I had to find what second was it that you started making that crazy fucking face, and it was when Justin said Murphy's a badass. I loved it.
That makes sense.
Yes. And so I had to poke around a little bit to find that. That was the most recent time. And before that, if I listened to our own stuff, it was basically by accident when I was trying to upload everything. Ugh. God, I hate my own voice.
Someone have a barking dog? Because it's not me.
That's mine. BRB.
Ugh.
This is going well.
It's terrible, but apparently I enjoy disasters.
Where is everyone?
Justin is moving with children, so having to be
It's
out
like a
very, very fast.
multi-day process.
Oh God, their way of doing it is going to be so. I would go crazy, but it should give me the opportunity to have dinner with him on this week. So I'm excited about that.
Justin?
He's going to pass through Denver, Utah.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're going back, and so they're going to make a detour, and that'll be fun. Andreas just said he can't make it, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
He's probably playing Star Wars Squadrons like me.
I don't know. He didn't give a reason, but last time he did, so maybe he is trying to hide it. We should interrogate him next time.
I think I do have the time. Well, usually I'm running home in the middle of the day to check on Ellie.
Have you caught up on Dresden?
No.
You should.
I haven't even done Peace Stocks yet.
You should. And now you have both of them available, so you can do back to back.
And not get pissed off by the end of Peace Stocks?
Yes. I mean, I don't know. I know so many people who were pissed off, and then like I didn't, whatever. But news.
That's, I assume, probably. Let's not spoil things on here. This isn't the Dresden Files podcast.
We're not spoiling shit. It's just well, October is going to be a fun month.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, if you should contribute a little bit. That's why like you should get caught up.
There's so little time in the world.
I know, but I mean, the audiobooks are obviously great, and there's what it gives you 25 hours maybe.
On the last chapter of The Crippled God.
Put down Malazan already.
I'm not going to put it down in the last chapter of the whole series.
Okay. So then you have a deadline. You can get into peace talks like right after.
I can
Why is it I come back and you talk about Dresden?
Well, I'm telling him get caught up so we can contribute to this month.
This month?
Yes.
What about all the other months?
Because this month is the one we're going to have exciting things.
What about last month? Or the month before? When did Peace Talks come out?
The 4 years before that?
Yes, you did help with a few of those years.
Did Skin Game come out in 2015?
It came out the year before we started. We've been good without content for that long.
Jesus.
And now we have 2 new books, and we don't even know what to do with ourselves half the time. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Now you get to go back and redo all the content you did before, but with new ideas and new happenings.
Exactly.
It's never-ending content.
Well, if we assume
it will end.
Yeah, but we got like at least a decade or something. More like 2, probably. We can keep this going.
Just like we're keeping this episode going.
4 books and then 3 big books at the end. Even if we assume best case scenario where it's only like 2.5 years in between, that's the better part of 20 years.
You're now assuming that he can do 3 big apocalyptic books in the end and not end up breaking it down to like 10 more.
Well, that's the thing. That one he's been talking up. I mean, this one could have been one big book. I still don't buy that argument, but it is what it is.
By an editor saying basically of like these 2 plot lines, like they do feel like 2 different things, even though there's a lot of other things that kind of bracket it to make it as to one. I could see the editor being upset about it. So
theoretically though, they should have. I mean, I get that they may have been sold on the idea of doing the 3 at the end, but not like a big one early.
Yeah. But it does depend on the details of his contract, which we are not privy to. And if they
we
have
can make it up.
Oh. Sure.
This is the internet. We can say whatever we want about it.
And then all of a sudden it becomes fact.
Right.
And then Priscilla needs to come on and say, no, that wasn't true. But that'd give us the opportunity to ask her more questions. So,
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, in his rider, he asked for all blue Skittles. And since there are no blue Skittles, he doesn't get Skittles. There you go. Also, why aren't there blue Skittles?
I suddenly was very confused.
Like M&M's jumped up. I remember a time when there wasn't a blue M&M. I am that old. But I don't understand why Skittles never jumped on that train other than like in the sour ones or whatever. Makes no sense.
I don't
They
think
have
I've
the
paid
shitty purple
attention to
one,
the
but they don't have
colors
blue.
of Skittles or M&Ms enough.
They have the shitty purple one, but they don't have blue. No good.
Blue is a really common color to be skipping out on.
Well, there was once upon a time in our childhood where it seemed like blue was the forgotten color. I mean, M&Ms didn't have it, and I think there was like a blue. There was something else that came along that it was either a candy or a cereal that had every other color, it seemed, except blue. And then one day, I want to say it was like 1994, everyone decided to start putting blue in. It was like, where were you for 50 other years?
I have no memories of this.
You weren't alive.
I was alive, technically.
You've only lived through a time. You've only
on...
lived through a period of blue M&Ms. You've had it so good.
Probably.
You don't understand what it was like.
Blue raspberry, dude. Which I don't know why that's a thing. Why is blue raspberry a thing, even though it's so tasty? There are never really blue raspberries.
Really?
Right?
No.
Unless they're dyeing them.
I mean, they could be, but
artificial flavored fruit that you find in candy is a lot of the time so much better than the real fruit. Like watermelon flavored candy is great. Watermelon itself is meh.
Well, it's designed to be because they want you to keep biting it.
Yeah, but like then it's like the opposite in cherries, in my opinion. Cherries themselves are great and cherry flavored. Everything is just NyQuil and I hate it.
It's because you associate it with something.
I hate NyQuil.
Okay.
The taste. Hot take. It's trash.
You don't like cherry flavors, apparently.
I don't.
They make non-cherry NyQuil. As far as I know, they don't even make a cherry NyQuil.
It's whatever that red thing is. They decide it's like it's
Robitussin?
No, whatever it is NyQuil. But like whatever red flavor.
Is it Pediaquil? Are you still drinking the kids one?
No.
Are you sure?
Did you guys ever have the pink bubblegum flavor of amoxicillin when you were kids?
That was what I was going to just say.
That and really the other one, the white Malox, which tasted like chalk and.
Oh yeah, I had that too.
I loved
that. I think is the worst one I've ever had.
The bubblegum stuff was so good. So good. And then there was a day that we were like at Myers or something, and I saw Pepto-Bismol, and it looks exactly the same as the bubblegum amoxicillin. And so I demanded to be given my pink stuff, and my mom bought it for me. She decided not to just fight it. She tried to tell me it wasn't the same thing, and then she finally gave it to me when we get home. And I felt like the world had betrayed me because I wanted the bubblegum.
I used to have to take it every time I went to the dentist. It made the dentist worth going to.
I appreciate that I don't know what age you are, and I just assumed this was a year ago when you were sitting in the cart with your legs swinging. And she bought you the pink stuff, and you felt your world was betrayed because I see no difference between you and tiny you.
I had shorter hair when I was tinier.
Didn't we all?
I was bald until I was 2, and then I'm making up for lost time, I guess.
It happens. Don't worry, you'll go bald again.
I'll get wigs.
Narcissist.
Why not?
I have to look pretty.
Yeah, I'm a little vain.
Or the world will reject me. I don't. I naturally look pretty, but I don't have to.
Sure. I want to be happy when I look at myself, and so sometimes I do vain things like put on eyeliner all the time.
Happiness is overrated. Self-assurance is overrated.
Okay, that one I can agree with.
One must be in a constant state of pragmatic, negative emotion. Because then you're either right or you're pleasantly surprised.
I can find myself being addicted to being frustrated with everyone else being idiots to the point I'm lying to myself so I can be mad and feel good about being mad. So I have to
Whatever
bring
works.
that in as well.
Well, as long as you know you're always right.
But I'm not.
Well, when you're talking to me, obviously, but in general, I am always right, no matter the circumstance. There's like maybe 3 times I haven't been. No, I can't name them.
You should. If it was only 3, you should. They should
I
haunt you.
should, but you know what? I put those things out because they're negative and they're bad for me.
But you
Because
just
I'm
say negative things.
embracing your positivity. They're gone. They're like Bing Bong. They're out of my head forever. That's right. Cry, people. I know some of you have emotions. I don't know why. I don't know why you bother with them, but you do.
How many emotions do you have?
I don't know. 4.
Broken Jarvis plays psychiatry.
It's less,
Hey,
easier to handle. Who wants all the other shit? It's complicated. It's messy.
Yeah, I guess I'm the weirdo because I like pain and books, sort of. Not always. I don't know. We had a topic on that.
Did we? Back when this podcast used to do topics. all those years ago. Feels like so long. Like a distant memory. That one favorite sweater you used to have before it got eaten by moths. It was 2 weeks ago. God.
We have topics.
Hey, we've been doing okay. I've been happy with how our topics are going.
Yeah, and then everyone quits on you and suddenly it goes to hell.
Well,
I show up.
Right? Look what we're doing. Look at what we're scraping from the bottom of the barrel here.
I'm still having fun. I'm not regretting this.
Yet. We still got like 20 minutes.
Hey,
This could easily go downhill.
Oh, I'm sure. We could try to get canceled if we really push it. We've got 11 people watching us at this moment. We could offend all of them. I know. Isn't it great?
Because they thought it was a Dresden episode.
It's possible. It's probably it.
It's okay. I don't blame them. Dresden's the only thing we are really qualified to talk about. But for some reason, we thought this was a good idea.
I think it's been a great idea.
And by we, I mean her.
Yeah, it was probably my best decision this year.
Well, everybody everyone should have one.
Good decisions.
One a year is fine.
I think there was another good decision this year, but they're up there together, being like really good ones.
Was it picking up the pink stuff and trying it?
No.
Was that your decision for this year?
No, I think that must have been in like 98 or something when that happened. No, younger than that.
98 was a good year. 98 was like an apex prime year. 98 was where it was at.
Yeah, second grade was really great. Somewhere around there.
Second grade.
Oh wait, no.
Hey, you guys are the same age. Shut up.
I don't remember what happened in 1998.
I think Milan came out.
Series.
Something like that. I don't know.
I'd probably climbed some trees, ran around.
Well, that's back when you had prime Saturday morning cartoons.
Ooh.
You had Cartoon Network and what the hell was it? When it was like 9 o'clock on.
Oh. I was watching TV
Huh?
I was watching TV at 9 o'clock.
Kids.
Because parents weren't awake yet and you had freedom.
Yeah, you had Power Rangers pretty much at their peak. Or no, actually they were probably past their peak at that point. No, maybe they weren't. When did the movie come out? I gotta look that up.
I never cared about Power Rangers enough.
Well, that's because you didn't have a happy childhood and you were.
When did Toonami start? Because
that was Toonami.
What Toonami? Okay, because that took a significant portion of my childhood.
Power Rangers the movie was 1995. All right, so that was pretty much peak.
Rangers in Space came out in 98. Power Rangers in Space came out in 98.
What?
Yeah, it was on the downswing by then.
Wait, what
Once
year
you go to space, it's
the
like
Pokemon movie?
Stop.
I remember being taken.
There you go. Everyone was going ape shit over the Ancient Mew card.
I never played the Pokemon games, but I liked the cartoon, and my uncle took me to see the Pokemon movie. And because of the time frame, he also took me to see Toy Story 2, but I was too young to really get it. He enjoyed it.
And now you're still too young to get it.
Probably.
Oh, that's right. No, the first movie wasn't the Ancient Mew. That was the you got 4 cards. It was like Dragonite, and there were 4 promotional cards, and that's why it did partly why it did so well, because kids kept going to get all the cards. Oh, what ingenious consumerism. That's why Burger King and McDonald's stayed around so long back in the day, because you had the fucking toys, and we would just go and get Happy Meals all the time to get the right one.
Yeah, that definitely was something I remember like caring about, and then I feel like they just stopped. They probably still doing it, but
they still do them, but nobody gives a shit anymore. Nobody cares about the toy. They had some prime toys back in the day. Mm-hmm. Like Burger King once had the Dragon Ball Z figures that came with the trading cards on them, and McDonald's did the Power Rangers when the movie came out. There was some really, it was worthwhile to kill yourself with fast food as a kid. Now there's no things. There's no point now. There's nothing to be had except coronary disease.
Just got Burger King today.
I had it yesterday. For the first time in months, too.
Hey, Burger King should give us money.
Well, they should, but they won't, because we've already been demonetized and we're unlisted. So.
Hey, we haven't said anything offensive yet. No, not too much. We said a couple sexist things.
We were talking about your lady parts earlier. That's pretty offensive.
Meh.
Can't have that.
It was not.
This is a Christian stream.
Is anyone here actually religious?
Like in life, or on this current 3-person?
Us 3 people. Like, you seem apathetic entirely, and
well, Colin's got tchotchkes on the back, so I know he's Catholic.
What?
If you're in a house with a shelf with tchotchkes on it, it's a Catholic house.
I don't even know what's back there.
It's Catholic. I promise you.
You are the most religious person here, Jacob.
Me?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Me.
Because you could
live
recognize
in Mormonville.
No, I don't. I was raised Buddhist, motherfucker.
You were raised Buddhist, but you live among the Mormons.
I do not. Justin lived among the Mormons.
But Justin is further away from them now than you are.
He's going back. He's the idiot that's going back.
He's not there yet.
He's on his way.
What a thing.
So now we just mock religion.
Yeah, why not? Let's get canceled.
If that doesn't get us defunded, nothing will.
I think mocking religion is in style now. Got to do something else to.
That's true.
Really
it's the 2020s. All right, go, Mom. You can't just say do it and then not do it.
I just said it was in style. I didn't say we should do it. I was just.
It seemed like you did. You were giving tacit approval, and more than that, you were giving directives. You said, and I quote, "Fuck the church." It's true.
Yeah,
everyone heard it.
I did hear it.
That is my alternative fact of the day.
You've had a couple of alternative facts so far, but they've been fun, so I'll go with it.
I have spoken nothing but truth bombs. The fact that you can't handle it.
I love this new Proud Boys meme going on.
Huh?
I love this new Proud Boys memes.
I actually think it's really, really dumb.
People?
Yeah.
It's
effective.
It's one of the dumber things people can be trying to do.
Everybody under the sun is now testing positive. Not surprising.
So we needed you earlier when we were being told to talk about current events, and I couldn't think of any.
You couldn't think of any current events?
Is so much fun. Let's talk about COVID and the Proud Boys. Hey, we're defunded. We did it. We did it, Broken Jars. We hit the threshold. Oh God, Colin's got it. There's my mouse. Nope. Not taking any chances.
That's awesome.
Why was it so close to you? And
Hey, you guys are at least on the same coast. You're closer to each other than anyone else.
See? He's trying to give it to me. He's
Yeah.
spreading it. Is what you do in a Catholic household.
what am I looking at over here?
It just looked like stuffed animals.
You have a shelf with tchotchkes, therefore it's a Catholic household. It's just how it goes. I don't make the rules. I simply notice them.
They're just church-approved Beanie Babies or something?
No, there doesn't have to be a single holy relic on that shelf. If you have a shelf like that, however, Catholic household.
I'm not following this.
It's because you're so indoctrinated that you can't see.
I think what in here would disprove that.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, you
Even
don't
if you
have a
could find something, my
satanic goat
headcanon
head or
has already been
something?
accepted.
No.
Star of David or
You mean the
Quran,
original-
maybe?
The original Catholics.
Yeah.
The OG Catholics.
Proto-Catholics.
Hey, you're both.
No.
You would know.
Well, it was just the Jewish holidays, so it's fun.
No.
What are you supposed to do on those holidays? I can't remember.
Which holidays?
Is it Rosh
and
Hashanah?
Yom Kippur. You're supposed to fast for
Oh.
24. Well, yeah, for about 24 hours on especially Yom Kippur.
Did you?
Well, I do it in solidarity with my father. So
Oh. Is that why you then had Burger King? Because you needed to...
no, this
Woke up
was earlier in the week. I had long since eaten by then. It's just a day. It's not a week.
Yeah.
I mean, I cheat now in the mornings because I'll still have like an iced coffee because I can't have nothing and function in life.
Mhm.
But I don't think God cares. I don't think he would care if I ate either because he knows it's not important. But it's a solidarity thing. And it gives me an excuse to have a good lunch the next day.
Yes. Now that's a good one. That's one of the reasons I work out. I can justify a little bit more all of the food I want to eat anyway, so might as well.
I guess.
Justify it by being too lazy to cook.
Meh. There's definitely some of those days, but even if I'm cooking it still, I want to make like a whole bunch of waffles and pancakes, of which is more than I really should eat. So I'll go pick up a gigantic heavyweight a few times and say that I'm bulking. I'm working out. It's for a purpose.
Do you say that to yourself creepily while no one is around?
Sometimes.
Like you were before when I had to go?
Yeah. I want pancakes.
No one's stopping you.
Hmm.
Don't get the pink ones, though. We've already established you can't handle pink things.
No. Well,
You don't like pink?
Oh,
no, it's the
I am
Pepto-Bismol.
totally. I am gonna find a way to make Pepto pancakes, and I'm gonna send them to you.
Oh, gross.
Oh yeah.
I have never had it again. Not
I
since I
will
was
waste.
like 4.
I
No.
will waste $20 in the shipping on this endeavor.
Oh my god, if you do, that would be.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would.
I'm gonna
it'd
find
still
a
make
way.
me happy.
I guarantee you, there's some like random ancient Tumblr or Etsy thing that I'm gonna find a way.
All I can remember is that it tasted horrible, and I've never tried it again.
Well, by the end of this year, you will.
You
have had
might send it to me.
It's not
I'll
that
even
it
send
tasted
pictures.
horrible. It's just it didn't taste like you were expecting it to.
I wanted my bubble gum. Everything betrayed me because I had every reason. I couldn't read at the time. I was too young. But like it was the same shape of the bottle. It was the same consistency, the same color.
how they get
Everything
you.
was the same. God.
All right, I'll send you the Pepto pancakes, and on top, I will put one piece of Bazooka bubble gum. But that means you have to eat the pancakes.
I will have a bite.
No, you will have a pancake.
They better be small pancakes.
They will be modest-sized pancakes. They'll be like
Can you ship those
yay big or so.
like that?
Sure. Okay, I'll
Huh?
have one of those. And then
Can
I'll
you
have a whole bunch of alcohol afterwards to cleanse the palate.
What you do after is on you.
Gonna start needing alcohol here soon.
Like you've had such a hard day. You've been here for 10 minutes.
It felt like 3 days.
Oh, you mean like in your Catholic house? I thought you meant on
Yes.
the podcast. Never mind. The oppression of religion is upon you. That's the problem.
It just, now that I'm aware of it, sitting here, it's like this thing just looming up over me over here. It's like this pressure on me, judging
They're
me.
watching you.
Oh yeah,
Look at them all.
yeah.
Even
They
Tally
know.
there.
They know
No,
everything
no,
you thought they
Tyler's not
didn't
looking.
know. Everything you thought they didn't know, they know, and more.
Even the real monsters are watching me.
Even better. And it's the
That's
time of
right.
the year where they could come to life and stab you.
Yeah.
I just watched the new Puppet Master movie.
See? You're on brand. We're never going to speak to you again after you turn this off.
That movie was absurd.
All those Puppet Master movies are terrible.
I've never
Which
seen
is-
any of them.
Funny because it scared
like
me
8 of
more
them.
than like some horror movies I watched. It was disgusting and gruesome and over the top.
Well,
They
anytime
were-
a household object can come to life for you, it's a little more unsettling than like a
True.
fucking ghost in a house that you don't have to go to, but you stupidly do.
It's very
One of
true.
those is avoidable. The other one lives with you.
It's like I haven't watched some creepy tape that tells me I'm gonna die or like.
Well, you don't have
just
to do that now anymore because
Yeah.
it's VHS and ain't nobody got one of those fuckers.
That is true.
So that curse is gone. Technology wins again.
I wasn't expecting them to be Nazi puppets.
Why not?
Every bad guy is a Nazi. Haven't you learned that yet?
That's literally what it was.
Dude, the guy in Dresden Files, Klaus the Toymaker, killed Nazis with puppets. I mean,
Kemmler, come on. He's the bad guy.
no, Klaus the Toymaker
Sure,
made inanimate puppets, and then he killed Nazis with them.
With the puppets?
Yes, he's an
Were
enchanter.
they? I was gonna say, were they still inanimate?
Well, not when he was using them.
They were animated. Were they like sentient? Were they like possessed?
Or
I
did
think
he
he just
control
enchanted them.
Oh.
Anyway,
Did he know that? Did he enchant
yes, he
them
knew
to,
what he
like,
was doing.
to kill Nazis in particular?
Well, that's who he was fighting at the moment.
But like, what was the enchantment? Did it know the difference between a regular person and a Nazi?
Well,
I imagine it was just pointing them at whoever was in front of him and be like, "Hey, kill."
You really
I don't
need
think you have to
puppets in
give that. But
case?
I don't think he set them loose in a town like it was the angel of death and said only slay firstborn Nazi kids. I'm pretty sure it was a focus
that-
specific thing.
Does that violate the rules of magic?
No,
why not?
because
Because the White Council likes him and therefore they'll give him a pass.
well, for the same reason that if you like Lego a brick and the brick falls and kills someone, it's like if they want to push the issue, they can. But
And the intention was for them to kill someone.
Thought it was right to animate the puppet to stab them through the eye.
Because they're Nazis.
which, to be fair, if you have that ability, I don't know what else you would possibly think.
Some men are born with talents and just know they need to use them.
Mhm.
What's a good horror movie I should watch?
Like a real horror movie or like
I
a
don't know.
really bad horror movie? That's
I don't know.
like-
You choose. You give me. I watch very little things.
Watched
So
Sleepy Hollow last night.
the one
Sleepy
with Johnny
Hollow's in the
Depp?
middle. Sleepy
Yeah.
Hollow's got some genuinely creepy moments, but it's so bad.
I think I've seen it a long time ago,
decent.
but I can't remember much.
It is like peak Tim Burton, Johnny Depp without going overboard.
Helena
Okay.
Bonham Carter wasn't in it.
Like I said, not going overboard.
Any other horror movies, Jacob?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you what you're looking for. If you prefer I mean, a slasher movie, the original Halloween's always good. If you prefer something ridiculous, watch Jason Goes to Space.
I don't know. Something that I would
It's
find
Jason
fun,
X.
but I don't know.
Doesn't
like
Jason
horror
become
things.
like a god or something
Well, he goes to hell at one point.
and comes back?
Yes. And then goes to space.
He goes to space.
That is the
Horror.
progression.
Oh my god.
He goes to hell, comes back, and goes to space.
Pretty much.
Damn.
Jason X is ridiculous. That's a funny movie.
That's what you want to describe your horror slasher movie as?
Well, the best Friday the 13th movie, he's not even, spoiler alert, he's not even the killer. It's the first one.
Yeah.
I'm very confused. I've never seen any of these.
Well, you know who Jason Voorhees is.
I think I remember the hockey mask.
Right.
This original movie might have come out before I was born. When did that come out?
The original movie came out before we were all born.
Okay, good. I'm not alone.
There were 7 movies out. Sorry, yeah, 7 movies out before I was born.
Oh,
Yep.
fuck.
Oh yeah,
81,
this
82,
is
84,
this
85.
is early slasher film stuff.
Okay.
It's post Halloween, I think. I think Halloween came out first because Halloween's like 78.
Jason
I
X
gotta
came
look this
out
up.
all the way in 2002, 2001. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was Jason X, I think.
Yeah,
And then if you don't count Freddy versus Jason, which is also hilariously bad.
I did see parts of that.
Yeah, Friday the 13th, the original was 1980, so it was after Halloween. Because Halloween kind of kicked off the slasher.
The original
popularity,
Halloween
I
was
think.
very good.
Halloween was very good, the original one. Second one was kind of eh. And then the third one had absolutely nothing to do with anything. And then the fourth and the fifth ones were kind of good again. And the sixth one was terrible. Then Halloween H2O was terrible. And Halloween
Oh,
Resurrection
God.
was terrible.
H2O?
Yep,
Yeah, 20
that
years,
one was
you know,
terrible.
later.
What?
And Resurrection, which was terrible. Then they rebooted it for 2 movies, and those are by Rob Zombie. They were kind of bad.
Yeah.
They rebooted it again. It is really just a sequel to the original one because they can't fucking help themselves. But the,
I feel like-
the reboot sequel was decent. The one that just came out last year, the year before.
Oftentimes they'll have like the first movie, it'll be great. They'll want to recapture that exactly, and then the sequel's going to suck because they tried to just do it again. Sometimes
well-
it
So
takes
that's
3 or
why
4
Force
movies.
Awakens sucked.
Force Awakens sucks
last-
for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, it
And
did.
then Last Jedi just.
No, we can't do this. We can't.
We've got a minute
We're at
left.
the, no, exactly. We're at the finish line. I refuse.
Okay.
No.
I've
Okay.
been playing Squadrons, so now I went home and grabbed all my old Star Wars X-Wing books, and I got to read through those again. Those were fun. My poor.
And then sometimes
Extended
you get sequels that are
universe.
even better than the original, which is rare.
Which ones would that be?
Empire.
Hmm.
T2.
Aliens, which is still
Aliens.
surprising. Yeah, Alien was really good.
I still
Aliens was
prefer-
also really good.
I like Hot Fuzz more than I like Shaun of the
Shaun
Dead,
of the
but it's
Dead.
not technically. a
Hot
sequel.
Fuzz is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I have never seen Hot Fuzz, but I have seen Shaun of the
Oh
Dead.
my god.
I'm
Just for,
surprised I've seen Shaun of the Dead. Actually, how did that happen? I don't remember.
just for the moment of drop kicking an old lady in the face, I can watch that movie every time.
You should watch Hot Fuzz. It's good.
Hot Fuzz is fantastic.
Okay, I'll try.
I mean, it's British, so just be aware. But
Yeah, sure.
That's Simon Pegg, though.
you say that to me, that's the one thing. You say that to her, that means nothing.
I know who Simon Pegg is.
Right, but it means nothing to you.
I never saw, what is it, The World's End, or...
World's End was okay. It had its moments.
Yeah, I gotta watch it just for the sake of completeness. We've been on the last episode of Seinfeld for like 2 weeks, and Carrie didn't want to watch it. And I'm like, you can't do this to me.
No, I hated Seinfeld, so it doesn't bother me.
You can't do 9 seasons and then stop at the last episode.
Well, the easy way to solve that problem is to never do any of them.
I do kind of understand what she's feeling though, because I realize that I get to like the last 10% of a book and then I'll just stop reading for some reason because I don't want to finish it.
Is that what's going to happen with Empty Night? You're just not going to read it. We're going to have to do it without you.
No,
It's Empty Night.
The last Dresden book that will
Oh.
ever be.
That's
I
the
don't
name
know.
of it.
Hell's Bell, Stars and Stones, Empty Night.
Other way around. Stars and Stones, Hell's Bells.
Okay. I would really love to know all of the things that we are asking questions about for that.
It's way too early.
I know.
So
It's
we're
like
gonna
15 years from now.
we're gonna get Empty Night before Winds of Winter.
Yeah,
Probably.
since we're never going to get Winds of Winter.
Or Tours of Stone.
No, that we'll get.
You
We
think
will
so?
get that.
Yes.
Well, but
We've had this discussion. We'll get that. It just won't
he'll
be.
never actually do the main series of books that is what this
Which is
supposed to be
fine.
a
I don't
prologue
care.
of. Yeah, I mean, I stopped caring after what the hell's the name of that one?
Wiseman's Fear.
Wiseman's Fear, yeah.
Wiseman's Fear had some good moments. It also had some really fucking dumb moments.
Yeah.
The thing I can't really forgive the book for, it's like I don't care about all the sex and stuff, but the fact that
Very
there
progressive
was
of you. Very progressive of you.
it's like it didn't bother me at all. It's like people were getting really like their overreaction to it was a severe overreaction. But the fact that there was a society of fucking ninjas that did not understand where babies came from, I can't really forgive that. And then the lady used the word husbandry. She understand where sheep come from.
They really didn't know where husbands. I don't remember that part.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, it stood out to me. Like after that had a conversation of like, well, if you say that babies come from sex, well, that's stupid. It has something to do with like anger and women are amazing. Blah blah blah. What a fuck. And then
But we know
after
how to put sheeps together.
yeah, so she talked about their history of like traveling and how they got to it. It's like we had like this thing and our husbandry and sheep. It's like, wait, so you know how to make baby sheep, but you really think that humans are different? You fucking morons. I couldn't forgive that part.
I mean, I really just can't forgive the fact that it's been 2 books now and we still haven't really gotten anywhere.
He's at Hogwarts. What do you want?
Hogwarts is fun.
I don't know.
Hogwarts was like the best part of all of it.
But there's so much promise of what he's going to do.
Right, but that's the main series. That because this is the prequel series.
Don't start.
I am
series.
so glad I went into this series blind and my brother just handed it to me and I had no fucking idea because I don't care. Like I can empathize and appreciate being both a Dresden and a Game of Thrones fan when people like don't get what they want or they're getting things very, very late or never at all. But I literally went into this blind. He just handed it to me and then he didn't, and he knew I was a Game of Thrones fan and he didn't tell me, oh yeah, by the way, we're waiting fucking 5 years for this other third
5 years. That was 5. Oh my god.
I'm still waiting for Thorns of Emberlane too.
Wait, he's making progress on that.
He is. I mean, he's like Butcher, where like shit has just fallen apart on him, and he's just back to trying to make progress. So
Yeah,
I respect that.
yeah, and he's been open about it and talked to people.
And he's not going on conventions and tours and promising work getting done, and then having nothing to show for it 10 years later.
Well, the Rothfuss thing, because his editor hasn't seen anything, really bothered me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was
And he said so many times things along the lines of authors don't owe things to their readers, which I disagree with him on a little bit, but he does technically owe his publisher. Like literally, they gave him money.
I mean, as soon as authors stop owing something to their fans, they're no longer authors.
Yeah. I mean, I think what Robert Jordan did is the way that a lot of people should think. I'm not saying like I could convert anyone, but
have copious amounts of notes
and I'll help as much as he could for someone. It's like, so because all of the people who cared and invested, they want the answers.
The same way. He had notes for days.
Yeah, and his son made a whole huge career out of doing all of that. Like, I understand that a lot more
I just
than I
wish
can
we could
understand
have got some of the sequel trilogies. I was really looking forward to Matt and Tuon going back to Sanjin. But it is what it is.
I'll read those books
we
eventually.
got an ending, and it was good.
And it was his ending. He wrote the ending. I know that.
Sure. The very last scene.
Yeah.
And now here we are at the end of the episode.
And we've only had like 30 words on Star Wars, so
You really.
And we only have one person coming down with COVID. I was just. I always have a cough.
Okay, if you say so.
Do we care to plug anything else to the 9 people still currently watching this train wreck?
Fuck are people watching?
I know. It's fun though.
Yeah, we had a strategy in there.
I mean, we have a Patreon. If you people care enough to give us $1, you can join the Shitfest on Discord as well.
That's
and
it.
yeah, and then all of the Dresden news will be next week, I promise.
Yeah.
Yeah.